Hello and welcome to Ignite Portfolio Solutions, easy-to-use, Excel-based project, program, and portfolio management tools. Thank you for taking the time out for one of our hotspot information overview videos. In this video, we are going to cover an overview of the portfolio planning application. Let's take a tour of the tool. First, navigation. Ignite provides a navigation homepage that consolidates navigation to any and all worksheets from a single location. It also provides a bidirectional navigation feature accessible from the top of every worksheet. In addition, it provides a navigation matrix that will bring you to a specific project, a specific function, or a specific project within a function. You're also free to use the built-in navigation provided by Excel to navigate through the tabs from page to page. Now let's look at portfolio setup. On this page, set up the base parameters for your entire portfolio in a single page. Most enterprise systems require days or weeks of training and multiple input functions in multiple modules to accomplish the same task that be conducted here in a single Ignite portfolio setup page. Phase inputs. Ignite provides two 5-phase project phase sets. These sets can be used independently or sequentially. Name the phase sets. Name each of the 5 phases. You can also change the color of the phases to match your corporate colors or to highlight a specific phase. By clicking the Activate Phase Colors in Application button, the new colors will be implemented throughout the application. Define your milestones. There are 10 milestones available for each phase set. Name them as most appropriate. Input strategic objectives. There are 4 locations for inputting strategic objectives. In organizational inputs, define the organizations or functions that will be providing resources to your projects. Define the capacity in year 1 of the portfolio of each of those functions. Then define the annual % change for each of those functions. When you've completed, press the Apply Capacity Assumptions to the portfolio, and they will be populated throughout the portfolio. Next, define your projects by name, by project number, most often gathered from finance, and provide a brief description of each of those projects. Then, financial inputs. Define the expense categories that you would like to track project expenses in. A discount rate for calculating NPV. Define the first year expense allocation and first year capital allocation of your portfolio, and again provide an annual % change. Press the Apply Expense and Capital Allocation Assumptions to Portfolio button, and they will be populated throughout the portfolio. Next, define the variance definitions. Variance definitions allow the portfolio to set a range limit for FTE resources, expense, and capital. If a value varies outside a limit, the associated color indication will be triggered to assist with planning. Ignite has also provided 7 portfolio ranking and sorting criteria that will be used on the Parametric page. Project ranking, often set by marketing. Priority overrides, assumes that something might jump a project to the top of the list, such as executive direction. Project execution status defines where a project is within its life cycle. Project type might be idea, research, technology development. Define your market segment, depending on your business. Product type and investment type. Finally, Ignite provides a brief set of instructions to help these inputs go smoothly. Next, let's move to the Models page. Models are a core functionality of the Ignite portfolio planning tool. Utilization of models will greatly accelerate the rate at which you can create and modify a portfolio. Use models to accelerate planning of an existing program, or use models to estimate future anticipated projects. You can define as little as one model and as many as 12. Define project phase set types. Estimate phase durations. Input FTE resources. Expense and capital. Data can easily be gathered from historical projects from within your organization. Now let's move to the Portfolio Modeler. The Portfolio Modeler is where all the top-down planning is conducted. Here is where you capture currently in-progress projects and define future projects not yet executing. Both can be accomplished by applying predefined models or inputting data by hand. Define project timing by defining the start date. Decide which development phase sets that you will use. Both phase sets are defined here. Define scheduled durations by phase. Estimate FTE resources by inputting them directly in the plan. Establish expense and capital in the same way. Outline key milestones for each of the projects to help downstream planning. Apply models of anticipated future projects. Conduct high-level resource leveling and balancing via the charts below. Resource charts are provided, expense charts, and capital charts, all based on the modeling data. Now let's move to the Portfolio Planner page. Here's where you develop a detailed portfolio plan in response to the rough order of magnitude Portfolio Modeler. The planner allows the user to define detailed FTE resources, categorized expenses, and multiple capital inputs. You'll also notice that the schedules and milestones are visible to help with the planning process. FTE resource data can be entered by any of three methods. Top-down, by applying a model on the Portfolio Modeler page, model resources are automatically applied to each function. Bottom-up, each function enters resource allocations for projects in each function page. By using the Promote button, those resources are pulled forward to the Portfolio Planner. You can also enter resources manually. Capital and expenses must be entered manually on this page. Now let's move to the function page. Here's where the detailed bottom-up full-time equivalent resource planning is conducted. This page allows the resource owners to estimate and commit resources against plan for each project. As with other planning pages, project schedules and milestones are visible to assist with the planning process. Resource owners can utilize the working rows to work through early planning without committing resources to plan. Until the resource owner clicks on the project name and clicks the Update Resource Allocation button, resources are not committed. Once resources have been committed, they can be promoted to plan by clicking the Promote button for each project, or the Promote Functional Resource Allocations button to promote all functional resources to plan for all projects on the Portfolio Planner page. Now let's move to a project page. The project page data shows summary mirrored data exclusively. There is no data entry on these pages. The page is a heat map indicating where gaps are present between the functional commit and the portfolio plan. There are also summary charts below that data that define per function FTE commits, expense and capital over time, and a summary of revenue and expense and capital over time. This page is a valuable assistance in the detailed planning process for either the functional manager or the project manager. Now let's look at the financials page. Once project schedules, resources, and costs are defined, input the post-developmental financial parameters for each project in the portfolio. This page is intended to assist with project valuation, and the data is used on the Parametrics page. Define sales volume, average sales price, and cost of manufacturing. These are all input data. Total revenue is calculated. Project development expenses and capital come directly from the planning pages. And the valuation criteria is calculated for gross margin and return on investment. This page also provides a summary view of the key data on the financial page. Now let's move to the Parametrics page. The Parametrics page provides a sortable matrix view of the portfolio data. Group and sort project data based on 37 unique metrics and valuation criteria. This function is intended to assist with planning, evaluating, and prioritizing projects. There's a user-defined priority, a figure of merit section. Press the blue button, and up comes the criteria for setting figure of merit. You can choose by multiple areas of ranking, priority overrides, expense and capital, return on investment and revenue, and project risk as data elements for setting the figure of merit. The Parametrics page has a ranking section that comes from marketing, priority overrides, project duration that comes from planning, project costs that comes from planning, revenue projections that comes from the financial page, and project valuation criteria that's a combination of calculated data and data from the financials page. Finally, there is a risk section that outlines the overage and under for resources, expense, and capital. Now let's take a look at reporting functionality. First, we provide a schedule summary. It's a roll-up of all of the projects in the portfolio. Through the Project Select, you can select which projects you want to view. You can also set the start date for the schedule summary. Next is the Portfolio Summary page. The Portfolio Summary provides a number of charts that summarize the data in the portfolio. Resource by project, resources by function, the inverse, portfolio availability by function, expense from the planned side of the portfolio, and as you can see, there's a couple of areas we're running above budget, and capital from the planned side of the portfolio. And there's some peaks here, but certainly they can be managed by the valleys in between. Below that is the data field that makes it all possible. From here, we'll go to the functional resource page. This page provides portfolio project resources by function, as well as a data heat map indicating the over-under committed resources versus capacity versus plan. As you can see, by each function, there are several areas where we're under-resourced against plan, and others that are almost exactly at plan. Here's where going back to the modeler to balance the portfolio is very easy to do. Below it is the heat map that shows you the overage and underages for each function, and you can jump directly back to the top. There's a similar page provided for each of the projects. All 40 projects are listed here with their functional resources, capital, and expenses outlined. This page is ideal for ensuring that FTE resources, expense, and capital are aligned for each project. Given that this application is built in Excel, the user can add their own custom pages to create business-specific reporting, leveraging the data previously defined. Just reference the data you want and create your own tables and chart summaries. In addition, Ignite has provided the Create Presentation function. Pressing this function creates a presentation in PowerPoint of each one of the project slides. Once the function has been completed, a pop-up window will let you know that your PowerPoint slides have been created. This function is also available for the entire portfolio under Navigation, called the One-Click Create Portfolio Presentation. Again, just by clicking this button, creates an entire portfolio presentation. Once completed, you can open PowerPoint and view your entire portfolio presentation. Ignite is committed to utilizing tools that you already own with features you already know how to use to optimize your portfolio planning and management activities. Thank you for your interest in Ignite Portfolio Solutions Hotspot Information Overview videos. We hope you found this tutorial useful. Additional videos can be found on our website at www.igniteportfoliosolutions.com. Please feel free to contact us through our website with any questions you have about our tools or how we might be able to help your business. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.